Hello my dear students, today we are going to learn about some properties of matter which is mass and weight. Are you ready? First, let's talk about mass. As we know, mass is the amount of matter in an object. It is the reason why some objects are heavy or some objects are light. Mass is usually measured using a beam balance, here's the picture, or a weighing scale. The unit for mass is grams or kilograms. We can measure solids using these instruments. So you can measure a solid, for example a chair, using a beam balance or a weighing scale, a big weighing scale. Now, how are we going to measure liquids and gases? So the answer for that is this one. To measure the mass of liquids or a gas, you have to know its total mass. So if you're going to measure a liquid, say for example an orange juice, if the orange juice is in a glass, you have to measure it, so that is what your total mass is. Next, you have to measure the mass of the container, that is the glass. So now you have the total mass, the mass of the orange juice and the glass, and the mass of container, which is the mass of the glass. Now what you're going to do is subtract the mass of container from the total mass. The remaining mass will be the mass of your orange juice. Did you get it? For more examples, let's look at this problem. So first we have the total mass, which is 125 grams. So this is your orange juice. Now, the mass of your glass is 35 grams. So now what you're going to do to get the mass of your orange juice? Now all you have to do is subtract 125 grams and 35 grams. So the answer is 90 grams. So that 90 grams is the mass of the orange juice itself. Get it now? Okay, so let's now talk about weight. So weight is the pull of gravity on a mass of an object. So as we all know, gravity is the force that keeps us on the ground, and it is the reason why objects fall down. Okay, so in simple terms, weight is the combination of gravity and mass. It is usually measured using newtons or big letter N, so that is the unit of weight. So to get the weight, you need to know the mass and you have to multiply it by the unit of gravity. Okay, so here on Earth, the unit of gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, so to know what your weight is, you have to get your mass and you have to multiply it by 9.8. Okay, so let's look at this example. So it's said here that Earth's gravity is equal to 9.8 meters per second squared. What is your weight if you have a mass of 20 kilograms? Okay, so all you are going to do is multiply mass with gravity. So 20 kilograms times 9.8 is equal to 196 newtons. So 196 newtons now is your weight. My dear students, always remember this. You may weigh 196 newtons here on Earth, but on Mars or on the Moon, you may weigh differently. How is that possible? So let's look at the next example. Mars has a gravity that is equal to 3.7 meters per second squared. Now, what is your weight if you have a mass of 20 kilograms? So as you can see, instead of 9.8 meters per second, the gravity on Mars is a bit lower, which is 3.7 meters per second. Now, if you're going to compute for that, 20 times 3.7 is 74 newtons. See? There's a big difference. That is because the gravity on both the Earth and on Mars is different. Okay? Always remember that. Your mass stays the same, but your weight always differs on different surfaces. Okay? Now let's review. Always remember that mass is the amount of matter in an object, and it is the reason why something is heavy or something is light. Mass is measured in kilograms or grams, and it is measured using a weighing scale or a beam balance. Now, as for the weight is mass with gravity. Weight's unit is usually on newtons, which is big letter N, and if you want to get the weight of an object, all you have to do is multiply the mass to the unit of gravity. So I hope that you learned a lot in this lesson, and that's it for our lesson. See you next time. Bye.